Today on the We Invested podcast, we have Dr. Daniel, founder of the Crypto Investing Program. Dr. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Wes. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for joining, man. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Yeah, me as well. Pleasure chatting with you a little bit beforehand and excited to get into this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And before we get started, would you mind just letting the people know where they can find you on the internet, whether it's your website or social media accounts?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. You can find me at www.cryptoprogram.ca because I'm from Canada. Also on Instagram, I am Dr. Daniel, so IAMDR. I've got a ton of free content on Instagram that's really worth checking out. And then again on LinkedIn, just search Daniel. Daniel is only one of me. But IG, LinkedIn, and my website are the three best places.
Awesome, man. Um, like you mentioned, we did have a conversation, prior to us recording this interview. And one of the things that I thought was pretty interesting that you shared with me is that you've always been into creating content. You've always understood the value of content and uploading videos, uploading to YouTube, and just staying in media and just having different exposure and different types of experiences in that realm. Why is it important for you to provide this free content for potential clients or potential new connections?
So it goes back to my dentistry days. So when I practiced dentistry, and I practiced dentistry for 20 years, I did really, really cool dentistry, West, like mostly comprehensive case. People would call it cosmetic cases, but more it was usually there was issues that made the teeth not look good. So I had to deal with those issues. So there was also a functional aspect. At the end of the day, asking people to make decisions without having the right information for me was very difficult because I always believe people should be making informed decisions and to take that information and try to explain to somebody a one-to-one is so hard. So in dentistry, my consults were just taking too long. I was trying to explain too much. I thought to myself, there needs to be a better way, and there's no better way than creating media. And in dentistry, I created so much content, and then I bundled them into information packages. So Wes, if you email and say, hey, my teeth are crooked, I'm curious about Invisalign, I'd send you 5 or 7 videos on Invisalign that I made myself, answering all the most common questions. I don't like the look of my smile. I spent 15 videos answering all the most common. What's a smile makeover? What's a veneer? What's a crown? What's a bridge? Blah blah blah. If people are interested in implants or dentures, so I would make these information kits which bundled in all these videos answering all their questions. And then I started to understand when that became successful that people need information to make decisions. And it's so hard to find good information that it's better for me in my industry and dentistry just to make it. So I created that content and it got popular and it really skyrocketed my business to a point by, later on in my career, out of a little city called Halifax, Nova Scotia on the east coast of Canada, I had people flying in from all over the world to see me, all through North America, through Europe, as far away from Germany, just to come see me. So my little practice had a global reach, and it was really just about focusing on providing people with a ton of free information and educating them about what they were interested in. And I found the more people were educated, the better decisions they could make. And if they wanted to choose me to work with, then that's fantastic. But there's no pressure for them to choose me. My goal was I just believe educated people make better decisions. And I see it in converse, by the way, both in crypto and in dentistry. So when crypto, people get into crypto and they're not educated, what happens? They get scammed all the time. 50% of my calls I have with people in the crypto world, they've been robbed already. They've already been robbed. And it's like, why have they been robbed? Well, they didn't do any of the necessary work to educate themselves. In dentistry, 50% of my business, and I don't, whatever, I'll say the truth. 50% of my business came from botched dental jobs where they went seeing the dentist, they thought they were doing one thing, something else happened, didn't go good. They'd come see me. So my dentistry started when your dentist would look at you and go, I don't know what to do with you. Or, you had some major issues that your dentist can't resolve. That's the type of dentistry I did. It started there and then it went up from there. So my minimum case in dentistry was 15K, went up to about 100K. So I did very comprehensive work. So there's a lot of education there. And crypto, when I moved into crypto, I just found the same thing, man. There's so much missing education. So, and especially when I went to learn into it, or when I went to learn about crypto, there's so much information I wanted to know. And after I learned it, I was like, people need to hear this and people need to be educated. So I focused heavily on education in crypto.
What was the inspiration behind the transition into the crypto space and into the crypto world?
Oh, I wish I could tell you that's a good story. It wasn't much. My best friend who's in Calgary, just north of Montana, has been in crypto for a really long time. He was bugging me again crypto forever, and it just worked out. The timing worked out well. I had some free time, and I was, figured, I'm just going to try this out, see what it's all about. So I dipped my toes into it, and again, I found it overwhelming. I found it too confusing. I reached out for him for help. He didn't want to help me, not because he didn't want to, just too hard to help somebody in crypto because you literally need so much support in the beginning to learn. And I'm like a dog with a bone. If I want to do something, I put my head down and do it. And I decided, I just want to learn this. And then when I learned it and I got a little taste of the successes that, I got, the W's I got, investing in crypto, I just wanted more. And it just kind of became like spiraling, one into another. And then all of a sudden I found myself into a full-time crypto investor, which when I started was never the plan. It was like, I just want to dip my toes into this. Oh, I heard it's so lucrative, but I don't understand it. And the not understanding part really bothered me. So I had to understand it. And then when I understood, I was like, holy smokes, this is cool. Like this is, and I get the barrier to entry. The barrier to entry is doing all the work to learn how to participate in crypto. But once you get through that barrier to entry and you're inside participating in crypto, it's so lucrative and it's so smooth. And in my opinion, it's quite predictable. And I'm like, wow, this is quite incredible. And then that's when I got on my mission to share that information with other people.
Absolutely. I mean, and just speaking about that mission and I wanted to ask about this company that you've grown and built and created. What is the crypto investing program?
Okay, so the crypto investing program, originally started as, if you guys want to hear the truth, as crypto for dentists, except it made no sense because I was a dentist. I was like, so I started reaching out to some of my buddies. I did some one-on-one, and I started helping people who were dentists because I thought dentists would be the perfect people. They're busy, they got decent disposable income, they're tech, usually they're pretty, pretty smart, you know, you're not going to run into some issues there. So limited time, they got funds, and they're pretty intelligent. So I worked with a couple people that I knew, but as they got into it, and I was like, well, it shouldn't just be for dentists, and crypto for dentists makes no sense. Sounds like it's a currency for dentists. So I created the investment program, which is originally a 4-week program where I do 4 live sessions once a week in over 4 weeks. I move people from I don't really know anything about crypto to I can invest in crypto. And in between every session, I run what's called a Discord. And for those people who aren't familiar with what a Discord community is, it's like WhatsApp on your phone. People are in WhatsApp and there's a WhatsApp group. And let's just say me, you, and all of our buddies have a WhatsApp group. And we're going to talk about working out and restaurants and movies and whatever. Instead of all talking on the WhatsApp group in the same thing, a Discord is a WhatsApp group on steroids. So imagine the WhatsApp group where we have one channel only about movies, one channel only about working out, one channel only about restaurants, and one channel. So you can divide things up. And that's all a Discord is. And what it does is allows people because in crypto, the problem is you have a million questions, to post their questions on the Discord. Now, I monitor the Discord full time between every session. So if, John posts a question, I answer it. But more than likely, if John had that question, the rest of the group had the same question. And then at some point, people from the group start answering each other, and we help keep moving in between sessions so nobody gets stuck. That really is really priceless. And all the video sessions are done live by me. It's not like pre-recorded. I explain everything, I take questions, but I record that entire session because not everybody can make that time frame, and people in different time zones. So I record it, then I post it that evening, and then people who missed the live session can watch the recording and then keep moving forward. And it's the only program of its kind. I think it's the only program in the world that of its kind that can help people move from I don't know anything to I'm doing investing in crypto in just 4 weeks. And on top of it, I know people have a need for speed. So I'm doing an accelerated program. Some people are already investing, just have questions. So I do VIP sessions, which is like a 1 or 2 hour coaching session. So if people just say, hey, I don't need to take course, I just have all these questions I want to ask you, go for it. And other people are like, I want to get in, 4 weeks is way too long. I'm like, okay, let's just do an accelerated session. Let's talk about that. But I'm here to help people who want to get into crypto to get into crypto. And it doesn't matter kind of what they need for support. I'm able to provide whatever support they require to go from I'm not there to I am there, I am doing this, thank you. And that's kind of what my role is.
Absolutely. I mean, and just listening to your story, I love the fact that you were able to create a community around, um, you know, your business and your company. I can see that being very advantageous and beneficial for everyone involved, including yourself, because when you get to see the questions and the responses, that gives you a chance to learn as well as your students and maybe somebody who may be on the fence about joining a community, they can just get on and uh see the benefits of it for themselves.
Yeah, community is key. Community is key, and I am in no respect ever there. I'm always learning. Wes, I learn more every day about crypto, and every day I'm expanding my knowledge, expanding my knowledge. And the reason I do that is so I can bring people, the best information in a way that's easy to understand. And if I have people asking, they go kind of like, "What's your superpower?" If I had one superpower, my ability to take a complex subject and present it in a way that's easy to understand, right? Because crypto is complicated. Wes, when people talk about crypto, they're like, oh, you're into crypto. They don't even know what that means. Like if you ask 10 different people, what does investing in crypto mean? You're going to get 50 different answers. You're going to hear things like, oh, I stake. Oh, I only do DeFi. Oh, I do yield farming. Oh, I'm trying to get into mining. I do, leverage trading. It's so confusing. I pick one piece of crypto, what I call bull run investing. And that's what I teach. Now, when I teach people about crypto, at the end of the 4 weeks, they can do any type of investing they want. I don't cover every type of crypto investing. The course would be 4 years, but I focus on what a busy person or a person with a career or a job can do within that without having to be able to spend their entire day in front of a computer screen. So I focus on a technique that has worked really well for me and my clients, and they're all, busy people with lives and families and jobs and careers and all this stuff, but they want to partake in crypto, but they don't want to be spending 25 hours a day in front of a computer screen, right? Am I okay to explain what bull run investing is?
Absolutely, please.
Yeah, so like I said, in crypto, there's a million different ways of investing. How I picture crypto is just like the stock market. So if we look at the stock market today and we go and look at like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla. When you look at them at the stock market, they have something called a ticker, and these are the letters that you see like TSLA, APPL, and they represent the company or the project that's on the stock market, right? And we understand there's a ticker, and we invest in something, and then the stock market moves up and down. So, for instance, the stock market crashed tonight. Wes, you call me tomorrow, you go, hey, Daniel, stock market crashed. I want to get in and buy some stuff. I'm like, okay, Wes, let's do it. What do you love? And you go, Daniel, I love iPhones. They're the best. I drive a Tesla. Okay, I hate Google. Okay, fine. Well, you go on, it's all crashed. You're gonna buy some Apple, probably gonna buy some Tesla, you might buy some, and you hate Google, maybe you love Meta, you buy some Meta. So you buy it all, and then you wait. And then we know over time the stock market's going to recover. It might take 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years, and then it moves up. And when the projects or the companies that you invested in go up and you go to sell them, the difference between what you bought them and what you sold them is your profit.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty easy to understand. It's no different in crypto and bull run investing. So when you think of all these coins and tokens, and you see all these letters, BTC, LTC, XRP, just think of tickers like the stock market. So all those letters represent the project in crypto. Sometimes there's 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters. Doesn't matter. They're just the tickers for the project in crypto. The difference between the stock market in crypto has a bit of a rhythm, has a little bit of predictability, right? So approximately every 4 years, this thing happens. It's called a halving. And I don't want to get into details because it'll take up 5 minutes. We don't need to hear. We don't need to understand what it is. I'll explain it. And by the way, if you're interested in learning, I have a free 40-minute training video. It's absolutely free, and it will explain pretty much all the nuts and bolts of the basics of crypto. It'll save you months of research, months of and countless hours trying to figure out on your own. And I just explain it all to you so you don't have to do it. But and I think a little bit more lengthy in the explanations, but the bottom line is in crypto we have a bit of a rhythm. So Bitcoin after the halving, usually about 6 to 8 weeks, starts to pick up. And when Bitcoin picks up, that's the start of the bull run. When Bitcoin goes up, it's like the ocean. All the altcoins, and altcoins mean alternative to Bitcoin, right? All the altcoins and the other tokens, they start to move up with it. And that's called the bull run. So you usually get a couple years of a bear cycle where all the values are depressed. The bull run hits and it goes up. And this bull run can be 6 months, a year, 18 months. It has different times. We're not going to talk about it too much because specifically this year there's a spot ETF which threw the rhythm off. But at the end of the day, all you need to know is there's some predictability. So when it comes to crypto, we buy these projects that we believe in when they're low. And when the bull run happens, the values go up exponentially. It's way bigger than the stock market. Like way bigger. Instead of going up double, they go up 3x, 5x, 10x, 50x, 100x. They go up like nuts. So what I teach my clients is, how to find the coins and projects they believe in, how to buy them on the lows, and then store them safely because this is crypto. You got to store your assets. It's not like money in a bank. And even now, we know banks go under, but it's way more treacherous. So we need to understand how to buy them, how to store them safely, and then wait. And when the bull market happens and the projects you buy are up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x, how to move them online, sell them, and take all that money back and put it in your bank account. So the type of investing I do is called bull run investing, and that I teach is just like the stock market. If the stock market crashed, you'd have all these companies on sale. It's like a fire sale. You'd buy them, you wait, and when they go up in value, you sell and you make a ton of money. It's like that on steroids because the bear cycle, all the money's out of crypto, and you're getting all these incredible projects for next to nothing. And then when you buy them and the bull cycle hits and all the hype starts coming in, all the money starts pumping into cryptocurrency, the values go up like nuts. And when they're up, you got to sell. Don't get high in your own ether. You got to sell and you take that massive profit, pull it offline. That's what I do anyways. And then you enjoy the rewards that you worked hard for. That's
Uh,
bull run investing.
No, absolutely, man. And I think that's a very great explanation um, and a depiction to help people understand both the stock market and the crypto market. I've been investing in crypto since maybe 2017 or 2018. Once I graduated and started making some money, having disposable income. But when, especially when I first started, and even a little bit now, not so much this current cycle that we're on. Like you said, it's been like a cycle due to just new ETFs popping up and all of the large institutions buying up crypto, buying up Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I would invest during the bull run because of FOMO. So I would see Ethereum running and Solana running, and then I'll jump in while it's running. But what I should have been doing was in that bear market. That's when I should have been, stockpiling. So that's definitely been one of my faults in cryptocurrency. So like with the regular stock market, I'm a little bit better because I just dollar cost average in every time I get paid. I just go and do my thing that way, buy a few shares at a time. But man, with crypto, it like you said, it'll just run so crazy where you like, man, I gotta get in on this, and then
By the
yeah.
time you
So
get in during FOMO, it's like this.
yeah.
Wes, if you're going on vacation and you're going to a beautiful beach, right? And let's just say, we're not in shape, you and me, and the vacation's in 2 months. And then in
Hmm.
2 months' time, we go to the beach, take off our shirt. We're like, man, we don't look it. Let's go to the gym. I tell you, but you're in the gym killing yourself. It's too late. The
Yeah.
work needed to be done 2 months before to get in shape.
Yeah.
And I tell people, this is the time. The halving just happened. Bitcoin's in a low. All the altcoins are almost back to where they were during the bear cycle. People getting in now are going to get crazy returns. But you know what's going to happen is no one's going to buy anything now. It's all going to go up by 5 to 10x, and then people are going to go nuts. I need to get in yesterday. I'll pay double. Give me a fast track program. I need to invest now. It's like, sure, I'll help you now, and you will do okay. But all the big X's, right? So you get in like during the bull, and this coin's already up 20x, and maybe it has a few more x's in, sure, maybe you're up 3x, but you could have been up 10 or 15x or 30. Like, get in now if you're going to do it, and don't even get in now, get educated now. Let's just stop that.
Mhm.
I don't want anyone to invest in crypto who's not absolutely bullish or excited about investing in crypto. It's a high risk asset, we need to know that, but within the high risk asset, I advise, to be highly intelligent in a high risk asset. And how you be intelligent is you gain knowledge. Knowledge is power. So for me, get educated. That's all. You don't have to do anything. But if you get educated, then you're positioned. If you think crypto's for you, you get educated, you understand, you're like, yeah. And that way you're positioned. And if you go to say, I'm going to pull the trigger, well, you are already there. And if you wait till all the bull run happens and then you want to get educated, then you want to get positioned, time you're positioned, you're the last one to the party. And you never want to be the last one to the party in crypto because you're the one that gets stuck holding all the bags at the highest before they go back down. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, your it sounds like your target audience or your target market um is the busy professional who doesn't necessarily have time to sit and watch the prices fluctuate and kind of do the day traded thing, which is which is how I feel about it too. Like I don't have time to watch the markets all day. I typically like to do long term investments and invest in more of the popular, well known coins. I like Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, those coins, and I just kind of let it stay there, let it sit, and set it and forget it kind of mindset. But like, what's your opinion on that? Like, um, long term investing versus short term investing in crypto.
Well, listen, I am 100% all about long-term investing. The beautiful thing about crypto is long-term investing is compared to the stock market short-term, because long-term investing, it's not really long-term investing, it's bull run investing. And that's why I used to call it LTI, long-term investing. But then I switched it. I'm like, man, what is long-term in crypto? Am I in it for 6 months, a year, 5 years? It's not about
Yeah.
time. It's about the bull run. So we're not investing based on time, we're investing on the bull run. So if the bull run happens in 2 months, then we're investing only for the bull run. So I actually rebranded it to bull run investing from long-term investing, right? So my thoughts on buying the top market caps, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and those are the three biggest market caps in crypto, is it's different strokes for different folks. It's just like your stock portfolio. Do you want low risk? A possibly lesser return? Do you want medium risk, medium returns? Do you want higher risk, higher returns? And for me, I tell people, you figure out what's best for you and I'll support you. Some people want a diverse portfolio. Fine. We'll look at from low risk in crypto to medium risk to high risk. Some people want a much more riskier portfolio. We'll look at, lower market caps that can give you bigger X's, right? And some people want just like what you're doing. I just want the safest assets within the high risk, industry of crypto. And let's take a look at the biggest market caps, which are the most predictable, which should give you a decent return. And again, long-term investing, Wes, in crypto, it's beautiful. It's the bull run's coming. It's not years, it's the next few months. It's going to take off. So you're going to realize your returns, and this is supposedly the last big bull market we're going to get, right? And people are going, why is this supposed to be the last big bull market? Well, because of mass adoption, with the spot ETF of Bitcoin in January and possibly some Ethereum, spot ETFs coming up the end of May or June, they're going to get, ruled one way or the other. There's a mass adoption coming in, and the mass adoption of crypto is going to basically lessen the mass exodus of funds post bull market. So post bull market. So it's unlikely we're going to see the bear seasons that we did previously. So this is the last time we can capitalize on this fantastic opportunity, and we're not, and the thing is, we don't have to invest for years. We're investing for the bull market. So I don't care if it starts in June, July, August, September, October. I don't care if it goes for 2 months or if it goes for 7 months. All of our investments, we're going to see the returns coming quick. And my advice, Wes, is you do you, and it sounds like you like playing in the safe asset classes. I think that's fantastic. Don't forget to sell. You said the three words, DCA. All we talk about in my program is DCA, dollar cost average. You buy the dips, you buy the red candles, you accumulate your position slowly over time, right? You dollar cost average in, and Wes, you dollar cost average out. So when things are pumping, West, and Solana's breaking 400 and 500, instead of being like, oh, is it going to hit 1,000 and riding all the way up down,
Yeah,
sell some. Sell some during the bull. Sell, and if it goes up higher, sell some more. It goes down, sell. So dollar cost average out. The biggest thing people don't do in crypto is sell. They just
exactly.
think, yeah, it doubles or it's going
Yeah,
to quadruple. It goes 50x. They're still hanging on, going, it's going to go to the moon. And it
yeah,
can, and it can go all the way down really fast. Crypto's fast. So I always say, take profit, take profit. We're here to make money. Listen, I hope crypto stays around forever. I think there's a ton of value in a decentralized system. I do, I
hmm
do, I do. However, people ask me, like, am I pushing the movement? No, I'm supporting people who otherwise don't have the ability to participate in a very volatile but lucrative industry, how to participate safely, because it's very, very dangerous when you're investing in crypto and don't know what you're doing, and make hopefully bucket loads of money and then take it out and then go enjoy their lives, and hopefully it makes a difference in their lives. I want people to do life changing money, or at least life improving money, right? To take out of the industry. And that's my goal. And if we want to stay in crypto in 25 and 26 and do all kinds of great stuff, great. But at the end of the day, the people I work with have a mission. They're like, I can invest in real estate. I can invest in stocks. I can maybe open up, invest in a startup. I can open up a franchise. There's different options. And they want to look at crypto as a vehicle, an investment vehicle that, with some support or a lot of support, some mentoring and coaching, that they can do extremely well in a short period of time. And that's the sexiness, that's the allure of crypto. And it's not for everybody, but for the people it's for, I don't know of any other option that does it better with more passion than what I do. And I absolutely love it. And I want people to do well. Like, I love everybody. I love people.
absolutely. No, I could definitely, uh, you can definitely feel the passion, man. It definitely carries through the mic, man, and through the computer screen. But you said a lot of good things that I wanted to touch on, man. It's like, yo, this episode right now, this conversation is crazy. The first thing being like take profits. So I'm like, if you see me looking down, I'm like writing notes. But you mentioned like take the profits. It's very important to do, but it's very hard to do because you're thinking, like you said, okay, I just bought this coin for $100. What if it hits 1,000? You know what I mean? So I feel like that's why it's important to have some sort of community, some support, some coach to remind you and to help you set those goals before you even start investing. You got to have that plan in place to where it's like, okay, if I if I have a 50% profit or a 50% increase, that's where you have to set those stop limits where you sell at a certain profit percentage. Um I think that's very necessary. And then the next thing I wanted to mention or talk about is that you talked about this could be one of the last times we experience a bull run like this because of mass adoption, which is a which is a very interesting perspective I hadn't thought about, I hadn't considered yet. I was actually happy about the mass adoption because, and not saying that like, it's anything wrong with it, but I just didn't see the other side of it. Because if you I've always learned and thought to like follow the wealth. So wherever these large institutions, wherever BlackRock, Fidelity, wherever they're putting their money, I'm like, okay, well, they know something. I need to put my money where they're putting their money. But I didn't see the other side to that, meaning if their money is there, then there won't be as much of a fall during the bull market, or I'm sorry, during the bear market. That's
Yeah,
an
that's
interesting
my
perspective.
belief. Not
Yeah,
just my belief, all the leaders in the field, and I work with a lot of super cool and really dialed in people, is, it's unlikely to have the mass exit of funds out of crypto
yeah,
post bull cycle. Remember, it's a presidential election year for you guys and positive in the States, right? Which means
yeah.
they're going to keep a strong economy. I know the stock market, which cryptos, there is a relationship between crypto and the stock market, between risk on and risk off assets, right? So we know, if the stock market, has issues, and it's going to trail down to crypto. However, there's a strong conviction with the presidential election year that where it's unlikely for us to have a big deterioration in the stock market. So we're feeling like this is just such It's almost like everything is really perfect for this year to be super fantastic, in terms of crypto and that volatility and that massive bull. I mean, anyways, to me, I'm excited. The people I'm working with, the people that got in like last fall have already made a killing. You talk about things going up 50%. Wes, to put things in perspective, I got my ass handed me in the stock market, handed to me, and I'm fighting to make 5 or 10% or 20% on this or whatever. And I got to wait forever. The people I work with in my plays, like we're talking when it goes 3, 4, 5x, we take out our initial and then we're letting the rest ride. We're not talking 50%, double, triple, quadruple, 5 times. Okay, it's 4 times what I put in. Now let's take out your initial, let the rest ride for free. And there's a technique I teach, busy people who have a little bit more tolerance for risk. I call it how to make $50,000 for free and how to get $50,000 for free in crypto assets. So we take something like a $5 or $10,000 starting fund. We start to find the projects that haven't pumped yet that are really within the right narrative. We get in early and we buy. And when the project goes up 2 or 3 or 4x, we take out our initial, keep those free assets, and then repeat. You do that 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times, you now have 50,000 assets with the same $10,000 and you still have your initial fund. People go, what happens when it goes down? Well, you keep a tight stop loss. It goes down 20%. You put 5K in, you're out 1K, you're out. Keep the other 4K, but you keep rolling it over. It's reusing the same money as opposed to staying in one position called a hodl position where you're holding on for dear life and holding on for the bull. You can play that position, and the second it starts to move up, take out your initial, find something that hasn't moved up because crypto is very narrative based. Anyways, I'm getting pretty technical, but there's lots of really cool things. When you're in the space, there's some cool things to do. On the outside, what you need to do is educate yourself, understand what bull run investing is, understand all the sort of the parameters of how it works. But as you zero in and you get through week after week and you get deeper into it, you're like, I get it. And when you're participating and these opportunities start coming, then you can do well. It's a fun field because it's fast. It's not like the stock market. And again, there's a lull right now. This is May. You know what I mean? May is always a lull in the market, both in crypto and the traditional stock market. So this is a buying season. Everyone's scared. It's like, oh my God, things are on fire sale. It's like a stock market crash and everyone going, oh, I'm not going to buy. Well, if you're not investing in the stock market and the stock market crash, this is when you should say, hello, thank you for letting me in. I've never been here before. My name is Daniel. You're the stock market. I've got some money. I want to do some buying, right? This is the time to buy because when everyone sells, the time to buy. And right now, everything's in a lull. It's a calm before the storm. And this is a time where people aren't doing much. But the people I'm working with, they are killing it now. They're accumulating, putting things in safe storage, and they're just waiting patiently like this. And they're like, okay, no problem. Hopefully Bitcoin drops a little bit more and these alts dump some more. We're going to buy a little bit more. We're just going to wait. And I tell you, the people I worked with before that mini bull happened mid-October to March, the returns they got, silly, and the multiples on their money silly, and taking profit. And they're so situated for success. So people investing now, situated for success. So for me, I love seeing people do well. I want everybody to do well. And like it's just so anyways, it's so much fun. I'll stop talking about it, but this is just and even during the bull, there'll be pullbacks. And I talk about you never buy pumps, you buy dumps. Don't FOMO in, which everyone wants to do. You just wait patiently. You got to be patient. It's a game of patience, like a Jedi Knight in Star Wars. Patience, breathe, don't rush, man. It's all going to work out. You just got to be patient, be chilled, have a game plan, like you said, Wes. You got to have a game plan and then just stick to the game plan. All my Insta talks about dollar cost averaging, sticking to the game plan, all that stuff. I explain so much of the basic concepts on Insta. It's crazy. But again, like free content there, free training video for those that want to know more. Just get educated because I mean, I'm in love with it. I don't expect everyone to be in love with it, but and I was a dentist. I mean, I come from the most conservative industries out there, and I loved what I did in dentistry, and I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't absolutely love it and believe in it. And I put my money where my mouth is because I'm heavily invested in crypto, heavily invested, and I'm excited for it, and I'm bullish on it and I believe in it. And it's not just I'm doing the talk, I'm walking the walk. And yeah, like I said, I'm super, super excited.
Absolutely, man. And you've been dropping real gems this episode. where people can actually go and use and implement ASAP. What or how do you define success as a business owner and as an entrepreneur?
Okay, so I tell you how I used to define success would only be by results.
Mhm.
Results would define, what success was. That was an older version of me. Today's version of me, it would be a blend. I guess I talk a lot about, when I used to do so in dentistry, Wes, when I got out of dentistry, I did dental education and coaching, which is, I don't obviously, right? Like what else do you do when you're a dentist and you love educating, people, you end up educating dentists. So I did a ton of dental education in dental, which is why my crypto education is so unique because I take it like dentistry, and dentistry is meticulous. There's not a lot of room for error. So how I taught dentistry was so meticulous and so detailed, which is why my crypto investment program is so well received, is because it's just I dot the I's, I cross the T's. I have people who've done all these other programs. They get to mine, they're like, oh, I don't want to pay for another. I'm like, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. They end up doing it, and they're like, they didn't cover any of this. They just jump and I can't figure it out. They're like, you just give all the little pieces. So
Exactly.
how I define success as an entrepreneur is you're doing on a daily basis the things that you value, the things that you enjoy doing. That's the definition for me of success. Of course, we want some results. Results are important, but if you had all the results in the world, yet every day you had to do things you didn't enjoy doing in order to continue those results, how sustainable is that? How much fun is that? I know people who hate what they do, but get paid so much money they don't want to leave it, but every day is another version of hell. So I'm not saying, hey, just do what you love and not make any money. No, it's got to be a combination of both. So the way I frame it, Jim Collins talks about the hedgehog principle, which is the intersection of let me get this straight. The hedgehog principle, the intersection of your passion, your talent, and an economic driver. Right. So he draws three circles: your passion, your talent, and an economic driver. And where those three circles overlap is kind of where you start about what you should be into. I frame it a bit different. I say work is the game you play to fund your life. So work is the game you play to fund your life. So pick a game that you're good at, pick a game that you love to play, and pick a game that's worth winning. Okay, not that's winnable. There's lots of games that are winnable but aren't worth winning. So pick a game that you're good at, that you enjoy playing, and that's worth winning. And that's everything there. So if you're not sure what you should be doing, work is a game that you play to make all the money to fund your life. So pick a game that you're good at, right? Because you want to be good at it and that you love playing so you don't get sick of playing it every day. And that's worth winning. Because then if you're winning, you're actually getting the returns. There's no point playing a game that's not worth winning if it's just winnable, right? Oh, I can win at it, but you're not making any money, right? So yeah, find what you're good at, find what you love playing because you're going to be playing it every day, right? And that's worth winning, and that's how I define, success or where I'm at, anyways, right? And that's how I look at work. I don't know. Am I talking too much?
Nah, man, absolutely not. You're dropping gems right now, and I had to write down. That's a real quote. I might tweet this one later. You said, "Work is the game you play to fund your life." I
Yeah,
love
absolutely.
that
Work
mindset. Yeah,
I
yeah,
made
yeah.
that up myself. Work is the game we play to fund our life. This is when I transitioned out of dental education and I was dipping my toes into crypto and I wasn't sure what's next. I said, this is what it has to be. I want to work because I want to have a fun, great life and I need money. So work is the game I play to fund my life. Now, I need a game that I'm good at because I need to be good at it, but I got to love playing it because I'm not going to show up every day at my age and do something I don't enjoy. And it's got to be worth winning, which means if we're playing it and we're love playing it and we're winning, that means there's got to be some rewards coming our way, right? So yeah, the whole thing is mine. But I give it to Jim Collins from Good to Great. I'm pretty sure he wrote that. Yeah, Jim Collins, Good to Great, called the Hedgehog Principle. So I just basically took that and rebeat it up, put it in a blender, and spit it out my way. But glad, yeah, you can definitely use that, Wes. It's a pleasure to hear someone else say it other than me.
Absolutely. What does the future of the crypto investing program look like to you? How do you envision that?
I'm not quite sure. I don't see past this bull market. For me, and my wife, I told her, we're staying put. We're going to do this bull market, and it goes as, to the end of the year to Q1 2025. We're not quite sure, but that's kind of the estimates. And then post bull market, we'll reevaluate, where what's going on in crypto. I don't know where this will take me. Some of the excitement, I know where I'm at now. I know I want to continue supporting people throughout this entire bull run. I want to see people make life changing a wealth through investing in crypto. Post bull market, I'm sure some doors will open, and who knows where I'll be and what I'll be doing. It goes anywhere from, hey, me exiting crypto and wintering away on in a nice place on a beach to, well, the same story, because I'm not going to not do that. I definitely want to be out of Canada for next winter. However, I could be doing a lot of stuff within the field, within the program, or other opportunities I have in crypto. It's nice. It's just, for me, there's some mystery around it. I'm not looking past it. For me, I'm enjoying the moment. I love what I'm doing. I'm fully committed to the program, to the people in the program, and to my own personal investing. And that's going to go on for as long as it goes on, another 6 to whatever, 12 months, whatever. And when that's done, hey, who knows where this thing goes? But yeah, I'll be there, and I'll be excited to see where I'm at then.
Absolutely. And it sounds like from what you mentioned earlier, the predictions are saying or the cycle goes 6 to 8 weeks after the halving is when that bull market or that bull run initially will get started.
Yeah, so traditionally there was a bit of a rhythm with the little data we have in Bitcoin from 2009. However, like you mentioned earlier, the Bitcoin spot ETF, it messed up the whole cycle. So mid-October, there was a fake tweet saying the spot ETF got approved. It didn't get approved, but it woke everybody up and said, "Holy smokes!" That tweet went out, Bitcoin spiked, and it dropped and woke everybody up, and they said, "Holy smokes!" In January, it's going to get improved. Let's start getting into it. And this mini bull run happened mid-October, and it just threw the whole thing. And then the spot ETF got released in January. So this whole rhythm of the bull market this cycle is a bit thrown off. But traditionally, 6 to 8 weeks post halving, Bitcoin starts to climb up. But you got to understand, it already hit a new all-time high pre-halving, which is never happened before. So did that mean it? So listen. If anyone tells you they know what's going to happen with us, they're completely full of baloney, right? And I'm not going to swear
Exactly.
at all, but they're completely full of baloney because nobody knows. All we can do is make our
Exactly.
best guess. Our best guess is, hey, we think there's a lull. We think it's going to be lulling all April, but like we think, they're saying anywhere from June, July to the fall, because it might be one of these things that are like not going to happen in the fall. But when Bitcoin starts to pick up, then that's when things happen. But remember, Bitcoin will pick up, pull back. But it's not linear. Pull back. Alts will spike based on narratives and then pull back. So there's so much opportunity even within that bull cycle in September and October and November. There's tons of opportunity, and the predictions are by end of year, Q1 2025, this bull cycle should be over. But who's predicting? Nobody knows. But that's what the leading analysts predict. And that's, I just try to use the best information out there.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Daniel, thank you so much for your time today, man. I've really enjoyed this conversation. Very knowledgeable, very informative, and very like energetic, man. This was an entertaining conversation for me right now, man. I can't wait to put this episode out. This one coming out ASAP. And I'm gonna need you back on the podcast for a part two, man. We gotta do a part two to this episode.
We got to do a part two. There's so much more, so much more. And you know what? If you have listeners that have questions and they want to send them in, we get a big list of questions we can handle in part two too. Like, I love this stuff, man. Yeah, definitely. It'd be a pleasure. And Wes, you're an absolute pleasure to chat with.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.